going to speak about how to dominate social media using Instagram shopping. And today we have a very good agenda and great speakers. So first of all, my name is Yulia Shin. I work at ITFAC. We are a partner of DeliverAI. We are working together for some digital transformation project together with Rafael, who is one of the speakers, and initiated this webinar. In brief, ITFAC is a French company. We are based in Dubai. We do the web and mobile app development, but the webinar is not about us. So let me introduce the agenda and the speakers to you.
I would say Instagram shopping and not only.
Yeah, not only. So hello, buongiorno. Hopefully everyone has coffee. Yeah, as Rafael likes to say that in Italy you take the coffee always, and enjoy the webinar and enjoy your time. So we are going to speak today, and you will learn with us how e-commerce has rapidly changed in the last years, especially thanks to COVID and the lockdown. It's accelerated the digital transformation in this area. And what is the Facebook shop and how it helped your business, especially it popped up in 2020. Facebook introduced it, and Tala will take you through in more details how important it is to be present in Facebook shop and Instagram shop and how it works. And what are the business requirements to have the Facebook shops? Because what we discovered that many companies, yes, they see the value, but they don't know how to do it. So today you will learn how you can do it. And we will share with you the real examples, how other companies are already trade and generate their revenue through Facebook and Instagram shop. So our speakers are today Rafael Tiberio, who is a co-founder of the company called DeliverAI. It's a digital solution that helps you to reach out the audience and have the better visibility of your business and generate the business and start generating the income through e-commerce. He is helping a lot of restaurants already since 2020 through this great digital tool, and he will give you a brief at the end of the webinar about this solution. And just briefly, I will speak about his experience and the background. So
Sure.
Rafael, he is a trainer of AI and the at PwC Academy, and he did participate in great projects for the digital transformation for big companies. One of the top are Forbes, Etisalat, and Do. And he came out of Accenture, who was and was working, of course, with much even bigger companies in the project. So great experience in digital transformation and helping building the digital strategies and delivering the great solutions for top companies. Tala, we have Tala from directly from Facebook. This is such an honor to have someone speaking directly from the tech provider, one of the top and very important, in fact. So Tala has a great background in digital transformation for top brands. She she's working right now as a head of client solutions for QSR and retail. And Tala, in the past, she was working with such big brands like Henkel, probably know, and of course the Porsche. And she will speak more about her background, I do believe, in her part of the webinar. So I'm passing the virtual stage to Tala.
Thank you so much. And a warm welcome to everybody. If I can get a thumbs up from Rafael that you can see my screen so far.
Yes.
Amazing.
Yes,
this was a nice transition. So everybody, really thank you so much, and a really warm welcome and an advance thank you for having me in your call today. So really excited to talk about shops and discovery commerce. For those who have joined us earlier, you might have heard or hinted myself and Rafael and Yulia to talk about what are the topics that we're going to be discussing later on. But before we move forward, when we talk about where we want to land at the end of the session, I think it's important for us to kind of take a step back and reevaluate overall the evolution of commerce throughout history. So for hundreds and hundreds of years, way before my time, so I'd like to pretend I'm extremely young, thanks to my great makeup. But
you are.
for hundreds of years, shopping and actually buying was a relationship primarily dominated by a shoe clerk or an owner of that particular store or restaurant. So the experience was primarily a user, such as myself, would walk into a store and be completely fulfilled and kind of immersed in the personalization of the sales clerk in that storefront or in that particular physical element. Now, back in the day, I think personalized experiences was extremely easy because you have the sales clerk who also happens to be the owner, who also happens to be the expert in that burger that you're buying, or even the chef himself or herself. And then primarily what happened is that in the late 70s and 80s, overall, the industry began to transform. That's when the WWW kind of came into place, where the ability for you to sell and interact with people was kind of covered by an electronic screen or an electronic device of some sort, hence the coined term of e-commerce or electronic commerce in that sense. So in the early days of e-commerce, the experience they kind of attempted to replicate the experience of personalization and discovery, or for it to be a seamless experience. Now, some businesses were more successful than others, but the majority of the entities, unfortunately, were not as successful. So to recreate the personalized experience on the internet was extremely difficult. So that being said, search came into place and started to dominate the market or overall the industry. That's been the case, I would say, for an archaic view of 30 plus years. But search kind of became as a mean of a utilitarian use case, meaning it's a utility. It's very much price driven. It's kind of in the sense where you kind of sit back and you wait for brands or users to actually come in and search for you. Whereby, if that used to work in the past, I would say that it's no longer the case to propel you into the future, because users now, due to convenience, I am a huge advocate of that, are moving people more towards online buying. So by contrast, the way that people shop and buy right now and discover new products has dramatically changed. It feels extremely exciting, personal, and curated for you as a user. So take, for instance, if you are at home and all of a sudden you want to change your car, or it's been a top of mind for you to change your car model, and all of a sudden you go on Facebook or Instagram and that same model that you were thinking about actually pops up in your feed. So it's kind of like a mind reader, whereby the whatever you are thinking about, ultimately, I can see Yulia nodding her head, kind of appears in the feed. But similarly, right now, especially closer to home with partners such as DeliverAI, practically there are so many use cases to help close that discovery and the mind reading approach. For example, I am fasting today, so anything got to do with feed, or when it has a food element or a drink, I am extremely like salivating over. In the same sense is that, you know, with utilizing some of the ad features that we'll talk about later on, it becomes extremely important for businesses to show the right mouth-watering ad to the right user, aka Tala, at the right time, right when she's about to order an iftar meal. So the options feel ultimately endless. And it is a perfect way that is designed for you as a business to help you accelerate your sales. So when we talk about what are expectations nowadays, people are in control. People expect much more relevant and personal experiences moving forward, and they will not shy away from saying it. So these people's expectations actually, as a result of COVID, has accelerated quite significantly. It's actually shown that in the past 10 years of digital transformation has been actually achieved within a very short period of time, within a couple of months, if not less. For example, I'm a huge advocate of that, given that I also work on retail and quick service restaurants. So within a few days, restaurants have to transform their business and come online. So that's why partners such as DeliverAI can actually help you enable that feature for you. And when we look at MENA in specific, it's actually one of the highest generator of commerce adoption growth worldwide. So it's an amazing opportunity, an amazing space and region that we are in today. So when we talk about what's important for these users, it's now more important ever than before to actually know your customers. When we talk about mind reading, and this is a lot of the value that can come in from the Facebook family of app solutions, because we're seeing shifts in consumer expectations, right? The way they discover product, the way that they come to know you as a brand has dramatically changed. The way they expect immediacy. Like, I have zero patience personally for anything that gets delayed. So as a user, now they're expecting immediate responses. It's in terms about getting the answers right now, right then, and on the spot. And the same thing is being encouraged because now we have the ability to practically buy anything from a click of a button while you're practically sitting on your couch, as you can see in my background. The third element that's primarily has changed also is personalization. So if any of you guys are a Netflix or Spotify users, you actually have a lot to thank them for how our expectations has dramatically changed. As a fun fact, for Netflix, around 80% of videos that are consumed, or shows or movies are consumed by users, are actually driven as a result of their own algorithms' personal recommendation to you. No two feeds are alike, so the entire experience feels extremely personal and made for you as a user, whether you are Raphael, you are Tala, or you are Yulia. And lastly, when we talk about safety overall has been a top of mind. If you've been listening to the news, there's a lot of updates on that topic as well. So people now's expectations has become 1000% backing up when we talk about safety and security when it comes to their online behavior. So to thrive and leap forward to the future, you can no longer wait for people to find you as a business. If e-commerce traditionally is about connecting the right person to the right product, what we talk about, and hence why we can help you enable those features, is discovery commerce. Discovery commerce is about connecting the right product to the right person. And that is how we should be thinking about moving forward. It's about creating demand rather than fulfilling it. So billions and billions of signals that run through our auction and our platform every single day, and all of that intelligence is curated to enable you as a business to talk to your customers. And when you mirror your own intelligence on top of that, that's when the full power of marketing can actually come through the platform. And that gets empowered by what today is all about, which is shops. And when you start creating your shop or your digital storefront, you make it extremely easy for you as a business to have users find your products, and then products finding your users. It's a one-stop shop. And that's primarily what the value that can be added today. So when we look at Facebook overall, we are accelerating and doubling down on our commerce products. It's going to be a single unified platform to enable your users to check in with you and buy from you across all of our family of apps, whether it's Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, WhatsApp, or whatever it may be. It's a one-stop shop experience for your users. So jumping in directly into it, it starts off by the very first important step, which is to start your storefront, which actually creates these shops on your behalf. So Facebook shops overall is the officially, and you can quote me on that, it is the biggest step that we have taken as Facebook to enable you as partners to utilize a lot of our features. It makes it easier for you to set up digital storefronts. It makes it easier for you to be discovered, to connect your product, whether it's an actual makeup brand, or even in our cases for today, restaurants and food. So when you create that experience, if you are fasting like myself, it becomes extremely discoverable for me to bump into your feed or your shop on Instagram once you've set that up. And the opportunities are extremely endless. And to add a bit more convenience for you as a business, to empower you to create frictionless experiences. So the reason why shops exist is because we don't want a slow loading times. We don't want additional frictions. And I think overall integrating DeliverAI solutions with the shops creates and can help save you a lot of lost revenue due to people dropping off. So as an added layer to that, you can also customize and really recreate your shops in the same method or the feel and look and feel that you have as a brand. You can even create collections. It could be by your most, let's say, recent recipes or your most recent promotions that you might have pipelining, or if you have a special offer, for example, Ramadan and things of the sort, you can even collect those into a small collection within shop itself. And you can even customize the look and feel to fit your brand guidelines and tone of voice a little bit more, customizing the look and feel, customizing the font, the color, and even when we talk about the cover image as well. So the first step I would say is start your shops with the help of Rafael and the rest of the team. Then once the shop is in place, how do we help you talk about what I mentioned earlier, which is to bring in the product to the right user at the right time. So it's actually now easier than ever to make your content shoppable. That sense is that if you go on, for example, an Instagram feed or like within Instagram and you see a product, you can actually click on that tag or what we call the shopping tag, as you can see on the screen, and then directly land on the website where you can complete the purchase experience. And there are so many other products that are coming in line with that direction. And that also covers the likes of Facebook. So it's not just Instagram. And we bring it home to where we're talking today about restaurants. That same experience can actually be replicated. And I was actually quite amazed to see how Rafael and the team has actually managed to produce so many restaurant shops in one go. So that's very, very impressive from my side. Definitely a kudos from Talab. So in the same experience, you can also recreate, if you have the ability to fulfill the orders, all those shopping tags that we talked about, enable you to help your product find the right user at the right time. And then when we talk about, set up your shop, you've set up your product tags, but now let's talk about marketing. So you can actually add the layer once you've set up all the foundations to start promoting your content to reach the wider audience. So that same product tag post or feed in feed posts or even stories that you are posting on your organic feed, whether Facebook or Instagram, you can actually also start promoting that to get it a wider audience. And this is just an example of one of the collection ads that I believe Rafael and the team of one of their favorite products, because it's everywhere. That's popcorn. It's a great example of how you can actually introduce ads into your ecosystem. Now, when we talk about, we talked about setting up the shop, we talked about the discovery. Now we're going to talk about this kind of creating a destination, a one-stop shop for your users to actually find you in the different formats and capabilities that we talked about earlier. We have an account, basically the ability for you to, in the future, to have users access your platform from Instagram and ultimately continue your experience from Facebook. So overall, all of these experiences are going to come in together. And whenever you change one feature about your Facebook shop, for example, it will automatically be replicated on your Instagram shop. So again, this kind of seamless experiences are coming in through together. And ultimately, the more you utilize these features, the more you are going to pop up natively within our platform. So I don't know about you, but for example, on Instagram, there is one of the toggles that you can actually see. I don't know if I can show you my screen, but you do have the shop product icon right here, right? So the more you're utilizing your product tags, the more you're setting up your correct formats for your shops, the more you will appear in these additional, let's say, streams for your products to find their consumers. And similarly, these are also some examples on how the lovely team have actually created it for the restaurant industry. So again, it is completely possible when set up in a proper infrastructure. So we talked about shops, discovery, setting up your tags. I think an important point that it's important to highlight here when we talk about conversational commerce or messaging in general. And it's a really powerful feature that you could definitely embark on. And that is not to substitute your ability to have a website. It's not to substitute your ability to have a shop, but it's to create a two-way engagement with your potential customers. Now, in our time of age, ultimately, you don't want to continue burning your prices and going on promotions all the time. So it's important to build loyalty. It's important to build a two-way engagement with you and your customers. And this is one way that you can have a seamless experience whereby you can even integrate your catalog into the discussion chat between you and your customer who is reaching out to you. And similarly, we also have some examples from the restaurant industry that can replicate it. And actually, I would say that the F&B industry is one of the highest adopters of chatting services, because I'm hungry, I think of one brand, I immediately want to move on to action. So I could either go into Instagram and click on your shop directly and see what's the latest promotion you have, maybe on a Ramadan meal, or even directly messaging you on WhatsApp. Now, a point here is that the checkout process within messaging platforms still exists on your turf. So within your website or within your payment gateway, it's not native to WhatsApp. So there is still a link of some sort that has to be shared, or you have to opt for a cash on delivery. So it is really up to how your business currently operates. And again, opportunities are endless. The way you can create a seamless experience, similar to what we saw with Instagram Shop and Facebook Shop, similar experiences can be replicated. Just as a fun fact, you can actually use WhatsApp as a login feature. So rather than using your username as an email and your password, you can actually use WhatsApp as a number and to kind of integrate that login feature into your platform. So additional features are always kind of popping up that will help you accelerate your conversational commerce and engage in a two-way dialogue with your customers. So primarily, if we're to recap it and kind of see what are some of the steps that you can take today with the help of the DeliverAI team, the first one is definitely utilize your services to enable your shops. I think that is the most crucial step that I would definitely recommend. By doing so, you are unlocking so many features, whether it's the product tags, whether it's being discovered, or even the ability for you to drive action through the ad spaces and the advertising solutions. And then lastly, do explore integrating conversational commerce also into your mix. I think for restaurants, that's specifically important as it can create a sense of loyalty for your potential users. That's pretty much it from my side. I'm going to hand it over to Rafael, who will take us through the next steps.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks, Tala. It was really superb, honestly. Okay. So, thumb ups. Can you see my screen, Tala?
You're good to go.
Yeah. Okay. Wonderful. So how to, let's go to the, more technical part, right? So how to really make it happen, right? Because every CEO or marketing director, they always say, okay, this is very cool, but does it really work, Tala? Is it actionable? Are there business really using it? And the answer is definitely yes. So how we can activate shops? So let's go through these simple steps together. So first of all is make sure that you have the right technology. The second part is the security first. So get your domain in order. So get everything that you need in order to ensure that this step is in place. Then create Instagram shopping and upload your products within a catalog. And then the last part of getting orders and promote your store with Facebook, how this can be done. So first of all, the first step is make sure that you have the right technology. This is a very, very, very important point. So when it comes to retail and international commerce, we do have incredible platforms like Shopify that is also long-lasting partner of Facebook that is ideal for this kind of scenario. They can have individual product link, they support having your own domain, and they very seamlessly integrate with Facebook and Instagram. When it comes to industry like local businesses or food and beverage or local retailers, then in this region, a platform like DeliverAI has everything that you need. First of all, because it has individual product link of each single individual product. This is a major requirement for your commerce capability to integrate with Facebook shops. Second one is to support your own domain. we can see later that without your own domain, you cannot even register a Facebook shop. Third parties integrate with Facebook and Instagram, support multi-location. We know how this is important, especially for food and beverage establishment, and also the integration with the local delivery providers, like KCAP or even more recently with the Karim. So make sure that whatever is your business, you have the right technology. Not all the platforms that are available in the market, they support the Facebook shops. And this is a lot of money and a lot of advertisement and click not converting to purchase that you leave on the table. So first part is get your domain in order. So just make sure that your domain sounds like that, is www.yourbusiness.ae.com/order, right? So this is the right domain where your sales must happen. Just make sure to don't have anything like orderchat.com/business or anotherbusiness.com. This is not really cool. And in fact, Facebook shops does not allow you to get there if you don't have such kind of domain. So sales should happen on your own domain. And how you can make sure that you can register your domain. So once you have the platform that is selling on your domain, then you can register your domain on the Facebook application directly from Business Manager. Here you go into brand safety, domain, and then you can add a domain. More info are available at developers.facebook.com. It's anyway pretty simple process, and if you have any issue, we are here to support. But first of all, let's say why you need to have this domain. Okay, I want to sell from my domain, but exactly why? Number one reason is because otherwise you cannot use shops. So this is a big opportunity that you leave on the table, doing advertisement in the traditional way. The number two reason is that with iOS 14 from Apple, this can dramatically affect your ad performance. We know that you guys have all big budget to spend on advertising, and your iOS 14 customer, that now gonna be more and more and more, will not really have a good ad performance. Facebook has promptly solved the problem. So it has created something called aggregated measurement, which will basically help the Facebook pixel to track events that are happening on your platform, even though your customers are having and are using iOS 14. So if right now you don't have your domain registered on Facebook, no aggregated measurement, and very poor ad performance for your customer who are using iOS 14. So definitely this is not cool. And the number three reason is that SEO. You want to make sure that organic traffic goes to your landing page, goes to your website, goes to your shop. So don't be fooled and don't bring traffic anywhere else than your own domain. So these are three very important reasons why sales should happen on your domain. Let's go to the next step, that is how I can create Instagram shopping. This is very simple. The first request can actually happen from your phone directly. So you have a setting page, and then you have a business, and then from business you have the shopping part. This is very, very simple. So initiate the first request is simple after you have your domain in order. It's typically a request that is processed between 24 to 48 hours by Facebook team. They are very fast. You can chat with them. By the way, you can have our support in case you get stuck along the process, but it's a simple process. Then the second part after you have done your request is to connect Facebook and Instagram. We know how Facebook so much have invested in creating an incredible platform that is all connected through Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and Messenger. So Facebook is still, I mean, the main company that has all this brand under their umbrella. So it is important that your Instagram account is connected to your Facebook account, because all the analytics and the settings and the management happen through Business Manager from Facebook. So definitely, the third part then is after this is done, you need to create your own catalog. Again, it's something that you do from Facebook business setting. You click on page and then you go here into catalog manager. Okay, in the catalog manager, this is where you can create your catalog, and you can even have, by the way, multiple catalog. Okay, so after this catalog is been created, then the next steps is to upload your products to your e-commerce application. So you must, of course, have an e-commerce application that support uh, commerce manager from Facebook. Okay, so like for example, DeliverAI, but is not the only one. So there is Shopify and there is WooCommerce, but they are not really that great for food and beverage and for local retail, but they are great for other use cases. So make sure that your application has a catalog, and then you will upload your catalog here in Facebook. So once you have created the catalog in Facebook, or all together or item per item, you can add your images and the products with their description. That's it. So this is basically the main steps to activate a shop. Let's go into something more actionable, that is start getting your orders and promote your store with Facebook. So how does it really happen? How you can really make sales and monetize this beautiful Facebook shops possibility? So we talk with Tala regarding the social media ads and content that can be shared across this platform. But the second part is definitely to have an online ordering solution that connect and can support all these experiences that are starting product by product within the Facebook ecosystem. So how this is gonna work? So if you want to have the online ordering solution, it's pretty simple. You can go on DeliverAI.io, register your account, set up your business info, location, and delivery areas in 5-10 minutes, upload and create your own catalog, and then you can start to publish your store and connect it to all the different channels of websites, social media, including Facebook commerce itself. Then after this is done, after the backend the part is done, and we also support and we help you throughout this journey with our team, then I mean, let's talk about how the user experience would work. So a user can generate orders in multiple different ways. Of course, from the website, even though now is used less and less and less. I am not honestly, been working digital 15 years, not a big fan of the website anymore, because your customer, they are not on websites. They are on, most of the time, they are on social media. So from social media channels, okay, so what we have seen before, this is where most of your orders will originate. So from here, a customer that is a start clicking on a product from Facebook shops, it will land directly on the page of the product, where he can easily customize the product. After he has chosen the product, he can confirm his own location. So for example, this is where I'm located here on the Palm, automatically. So GPS localization. Third part is order confirmation, adding your data and your details, choose a payment method, and then place the order. After the order is done, this goes directly into your dashboard, where that you can manage directly from your laptop, tablet, or anywhere you like, plus also from apps. So we also have apps for iOS and Android. So don't worry if you have a lot of locations and you manage order independently. So these orders, they could be easily managed. You know, we provide apps. They run on even a $15 Android phone. And then, of course, so after the order has been accepted and processed, and maybe even handle the delivery part with our providers like Kickup and Karim, then the user experience of tracking your orders. Okay, so user get an SMS and they can track their orders in real time. Very simple. And then, of course, how you can promote your store, how you can leverage your catalog. So from Facebook Business Manager, you can create ads that are up to 3 times more powerful than the traditional ads you have been using so far. Why? Because when you have uploaded your products in Facebook, Facebook knows exactly, okay, let's look at the case of the popcorn, that if they have popcorn pizza and they maybe have, popcorn with popcorn chicken, okay, they can show different products to different people. So after Tala break her fast, she may see the advertisement of popcorn with chicken. She's maybe not that much into pizza, but myself, I'm Italian. I love pizza. I'll get pizza everywhere. So my advertisement will be on the product that is a popcorn pizza. So 2 different advertising with 2 different people. You can do that doing traditional advertisement. You need to do that using and leverage Facebook Shops and the machine learning capabilities of Facebook of trying out different customers, their reaction, and creating sub-different audiences. I teach artificial intelligence with many organizations. I work with the PwC Academy, and AI now is the ultimate thing. That's why companies like Facebook, they have invested so much into this kind of technology to enable even little brands to use their artificial intelligence to power and to fuel more powerful advertising. So does it work? You know, like you may say, you know, well, this is not gonna work, or maybe it doesn't work. So what they say, so what other people say, companies like BigCommerce or Forbes, Business Insider, they also say that Facebook Shops is the largest and biggest revolution in the e-commerce. So it's not anymore that sales happen on aggregators or on Talabat or on Noon.com or on any other platform, but most of the sales and where most of the data are in social media. You have more data, so your advertisement can be much more powerful, and people spend more time there. And of course, as they spend more time, there is more attention and there is more purchase. So this is really the next big thing. What do I say? What do we say as DeliverAI? Running campaign for different customers, and I'm just don't want to do the example of a customer that we managed a year ago. I just want to give you some real data from some of the customers that we're managing the last few months. Okay, so these are real numbers. So by using Facebook Shops and Instagram Shops, we obtained up to 73% more impression using the same budget. Reduced cost for click, so up to 127% less cost per click. This is incredible. Return on ad spends increased by 42%. This is massive and incredible. And as we work as an agency, as ROI-based marketing, performance marketing, total ROI on all the spend, including not only advertising, but even management spend, we increase that ROI by 36%. So we can't run anymore our business and our customers and our digital agency without using the shops capability from Facebook. So definitely, I mean, numbers for us has been astonishing. We can't go back anymore. So next steps, I mean, you may have questions right now. You may say, it doesn't really work for my business. How can I really make additional sales? Do I have everything to start? I don't know how to register the domain. I'm not sure my marketing manager knows how to do it. If you are a CEO right now, you might be thinking, okay, I'll talk to my marketing manager and ask if he knows how to do it. So if you have all these questions and more, we are here to help. We are here to support. We have helped so many companies setting up their infrastructure using Facebook and using DeliverAI. So we're here to help. And that's why at the end, we are offering you this free coupon. You can click here. I will send you this presentation for everyone who has attended. You can click here and you can book a free assessment from our team. So we are happy to look at your situation right now, the struggle that you have. If you have not still yet registered to Facebook Shops, we're here to help to set up your shops, to provide support, to make sure that you have everything that is needed 2021 to make this year a beautiful year and to succeed with the digital sales. So as of now, we are at 12:43, so we're just 43 minutes. Tara, we've been very disciplined, so we didn't burn too much time. So we still have around 10-15 minutes for other questions. So if I'm gonna stop sharing this right now, okay, and I leave everyone to ask questions here. So please feel free. Just maybe before you start the question, you can just type the name. It can be Tala or it can be me as a speakers. I mean, if you like to talk to Julia, she's also very knowledgeable. She also has run many campaigns. So please feel free, guys. Okay, Diamond, incredible accent. Okay, don't be sarcastic, man. I know you are British, but I'm still, I'm taking lesson to retain my Italian accent. There is a lesson. I'm afraid to lose it, so I'm actually seeing an Italian teacher every week. Okay, We will, Angelo, I say we will need to get the recording or the presentation of the webinar. Yes, of course, I'm gonna share with you guys. We'll circulate, and please feel free to give it to your team. Vito need to drop off, attend the meeting. No problem, Vito. We are, here. We're gonna send you the presentation and the recording. Hi, Aga here. I was wondering if there is a workaround if there is no e-commerce website. Yes. So I don't know, Tara, do you wanna do you wanna I can answer that? I'm not big I don't like websites, so I be the ideal guy, but if you want, you can my point of view, and I know you are working Facebook, you can't say that, but I can. So is that for me, the new website is a Facebook page or Instagram page. If I interact with the business, and you have so many, you can buy, you can purchase, there is ordering, it's integrated. So you have everything there. The job that we do, so basically Facebook bring you awareness, bring you attention, bring you click. The thing that Facebook has left open, and it is probably to don't destroy all us partners, is to leave this, is to do the job that they do well, this getting the attention, and then leave partners like DeliverAI and the other company who can develop and do the integration of what is relevant locally. Karim, Kickup, these are companies great here. They may not be in the United States. Local payment, other facility, loyalty, whatever is relevant here. But this is translating that interest into a sales. But 50% of the job happen in Facebook. You don't need these guys to bring to other crazy funnel or landing pages. That is 80s. Now, majority of these happen in Facebook. This is my point of view. What do you think, Tara?
So no, I think to your point, Rafael, our partners are extremely important in our ecosystem. You guys move sometimes much faster than we do. So we call our partners in the system, in the ecosystem are extremely crucial to also help scale the solutions, right? Like you've mentioned, you're able to help the everyone on the call, where, for example, I might not be able to reach them because of how I operate, correct? So definitely your role is extremely important, and we owe a lot of thanks to everybody in the ecosystem. Now, just specifically on shops and the way that it's set up, is that it does have to have a landing page somewhere that fulfills the order. So it's not that you have to have a website, but you just need to have the ability to do an online purchase. And it has to be, like Rafael has given you amazing tips, by the way. This is the most, I feel like you work for Facebook also, is that he's giving you the tips that you need to have a domain of some sort. It has to be verified. Otherwise, the products won't work because of multiple things, like our mitigations towards iOS, our mitigations towards security and privacy. So there has to be some sort of landing page that accepts orders. Now, if you
with the product link, so
exactly,
that goes all the way to the product without interrupting. Because when you are on Facebook or Instagram shop and there is a product, I click, I go to the page of the product. If we interrupt that and we land somewhere else, or tell me what is your location, are you in Dubai? You added 2 or 3 clicks, 50-60% of your customer is lost. And by the way, okay, you have already paid for the advertisement, so you are actually encouraged. You want to say that what your customers spend, they get money out of it, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I think I don't really remember the full figure, but at one point in time, maybe in 2018, if I'm not mistaken, there was around $12 billion or 12 million, I can't really remember the number, that was stuck in add to carts. So that's primarily, we could assume some of it is due to friction, like multiple pop-ups. So to answer the question is that I wouldn't say you need a website. You need a landing page, like Rafael had mentioned, that does have product level links, because that's the only way that you'd be able to use the product. Now, whether you consider that as a mobile website or not, that is really up to, I think it's a naming convention, but there has to be that feature for you to utilize the shop's products and then ultimately use the product tags, which we saw earlier, and then ultimately run advertising like Rafael is also recommending, so that you could explore and push your products to the right users.
Exactly. Actually, Varsha Sharma is saying, should we just leave it till Instagram ads? I think these shops make ads more powerful. So Facebook is trying to get as much data as possible to provide better targeted advertisement. even though the guys at Apple are giving you a hard time, right, with it, but you are actually, you find a way, right, to secure, register your domain and do it. But on the other side, let's say if Facebook knows more information, knows more what you're selling, because what the machine learning is doing is going around with all the ads around all Dubai and say, do you like the popcorn? Do you like the pizza? Do you like the hamburger? Right? What do you like? Which is your best flavor? And the more data you have, you give to Facebook, the more this algorithm works better. The better click you have, the more you have return on your ad spends. So this is what it's all about, is to make advertisement and your money spent wisely and more effectively.
I think we have a few more questions. I'm happy to tackle the ones that are, and they have my name on it, but of course, Rafael, feel free to jump in if you'd like. So there's a
Wonderful.
question from Mona saying, hey, Tala, any idea if digital services or ebooks will soon be available to sell on Facebook and InstaShop? It's a great question. So I believe that you're talking more about the let's say, physical goods. We're slowly expanding, but as you might have a think through. So whenever we release any new product, there are thousands of product teams that work behind that product to make sure it's working in the community policies, that it's being pipelined to have no bugs, to have multiple areas that go into place. I do believe that we are working on some features for that. I know we could do virtual coupons, which could be another workaround for your question. But as of now, from my latest recollection, it has to be a physical good unless you find a creative way to work around that.
Agnieszka is saying that that she's trying to get it, but because their they contain beef or chicken breast, they are rejected. Agnieszka, we can help you with that. We can look. I mean, it took us a while, to be honest, at the beginning, but then after you understand the process, etc. And Tala, she has promised before we started that she will provide extra support to help us and to make this process smooth. You understand that Facebook has millions of people everywhere, and not all of them they are so nice, they want to sell chicken breast. Some of them, they want to do harm, right? So there is a strict control in terms of privacy, security, etc. So the process takes some time, but probably we're gonna set up kind of a workforce, maybe, that to help.
We're definitely gonna explore it.
To help a little bit more the business. We have a lot of agencies here today that they're interested. So definitely we can help. Whatever we have experience so far. Now if you crack the code, we're gonna help you with that. Is there retargeting still possible with Facebook shops? I mean, yes, it's actually much more powerful. You get many more clicks. And retargeting is actually even more powerful with the Facebook shop. So whatever you have done with the ads, you can do with Facebook shop. It's just simple, and it's a better, more powerful. We get better results in terms of ad spend. So definitely, it's not a big change. To be honest, it's really simple, and we can help you with that. For those who has an e-commerce website, can the inventory be integrated? Yes, you can use it. So there are a lot of platforms like WooCommerce, Shopify, the big guys. They have it. When it comes to the non so big guys, to the medium little guys, we are one of them. We do have it. So we actually integrate our inventory. So that's the whole point. Not the other platform. Momentarily, I mean, at the moment they are not doing it, so that's why you don't get advantage of using Facebook Shop. So if I would be a customer and I know that I spend 10,000 to get X, and I can get 40% more from this X, spending the same money, I'll definitely do it, because it's actually free to Facebook Shops, right? Tala is free. It's not, there is no charge.
It's definitely it's accessible to anybody. Literally, you can try to go now and set it up yourself, or like ask for advice from partners such as DeliverAI to help you.
Yes. So one guy is asking, Artaf, how is it different from Chatwood or Radius? So these are good platform. I actually have used them before, so I'm not gonna talk bad about the competitor. It's not cool. But what I'm saying is that we have been running Shopify, WooCommerce, Chatwood, right? Every possible platform for such a long time. And what we had then realized, we said there is a limitation, we do it our own. When we saw 1 year ago that Facebook shops were coming, we actually changed the platform in a way to create this powerful product link. So to understand that 90% of the sales happen in Facebook, once I go there and I say check out or view on website, I have to make it as easy as possible. So what these other platforms do is that they will work like it's a website. Tell me your location. Are you based in Dubai? What is your destination, etc. And then only later I show you the product. So you lose that product link. That's why you can't do sales using, you can't register Facebook shops. You can't use that e-commerce platform for Facebook shops. And even if you do, which we don't recommend because it's out of law, is that you will have a broken experience. So I saw some customers, you guys have Facebook shops, you are using other platforms that don't have the product link. I click on the product, I want to buy pizza. I click again and then again, where are you based in Dubai? And then I see chicken breast, which I don't like chicken, by the way, so I'm gonna drop off. So this is where it's different, and this is one of it, but there is of course many. So let's not take this everything about DeliverAI versus the competitors, but I'm free, I'm okay to have a chat later. Tala, this is for you. There is a long question. I'm tired, so please read.
Sure.
Help
So
me
I think
out,
it's
you're
the
younger.
last question. So the question was regarding the amount of information that a brand can list on shops or on our pages. Basically, they're really limited compared to a website. So again, I think the features are constantly evolving. You can supplement text on the product listing or the PDP on the shop page itself. But again, I think there's a saying at Facebook, which is like, if you could say it in 3 words, say it in 3 words. If you need 5 words, then say it in 5 words. So the more concise and rather it's kind of avoiding having to over embellish what that product page would look like is important. But ultimately, more features are popping up. So I do hear you. So I'm guessing maybe that's depending on the material type. If you are talking about a particular physical good, not a food, then there are more features that are rolling out.
This happen, by the way, Tala, on the landing page. So let's say that the interest is about the photo. People want to see pictures. After that is happen, when you go in the landing page, for example, in a platform like DeliverAI, you have the same picture, multiple, even more pictures, but and then you have a landing page full of description, allergen, condition for delivery, etc., etc., etc. Very low. You can expand that. Of course, bringing this into Facebook, it's gonna become
and you said it,
forever.
Raphael. So the platform is very visual, right? So when was the last time that you spent a lot of time deep diving on text? We've kind of surpassed the text phase, at least within the platform.
It's still there visual. If you need it in the landing page.
It's there, but
for people that can go, can click, there is still there. So we have to make it appealing for people who love the picture. That is 99%, especially in this region. But then for the people who are very, very, very detail oriented, you have that. So before the purchase, the information is actually there. So I believe this is a good compromise. Is there any other
a question on Talabat? So you cannot, like Raphael's tip, which was very crucial at the beginning, is that currently you cannot build your shop based on third-party aggregators like Talabat or Deliveroo. It has to be your own domain. So that's it has to be your own registered domain with your own product page landing.
I see Damian is doing wow here. He's saying yay because he's promoting the battle of. At the end of the day, guys, what we want to say, because sometimes we hear even hate against the big tech, right? And this sometimes involves Facebook or Google or everyone bigger. But what happened is that Facebook is the job of advertisement. So even if tomorrow I start to run, billboard on Sheikh Zayed, I'm doing the job of advertisement. So there is money, there is developers, there is people who spend a lot of time to make this product great. But there is a job of advertisement. And then there is the job of getting the orders. So this has to stay within the business. And I think Facebook made it very clear. We are advertisers. We bring you clients and attention, okay? And then that's your part, right? And each single click is very little. I have run a campaign on Facebook spending as little as half dirham. It's the interest. So they bring you customer. Then how to motivate, how to handle this customer, how to do the right delivery, this happen on you. But what many companies do right now is that they demand to someone else. So there is another company, an aggregator, that they take the customer, They don't give the data of the customer. They don't know who you are, right? And they do the delivery, they do the retargeting, they do the loyalty, and of course they want to have more. So what Facebook does, they said, I bring you attention. If there is a click, I get rewarded for that. This goes into yourself, and as Facebook share all the data, there is a Facebook pixel. You know exactly what is happening. Apple say, okay, we put iOS 14, they bring aggregated measurement. They do everything to provide more data because their job is the job of the advertiser. The problem is when an advertiser stop being an advertiser and become a middleman, which Facebook did clarify very well to don't be a middleman. You are an advertiser, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong, Tala, here.
So there are multiple solutions depending on how your business is operating, but I think there's value in both, right? So multiple of my partners have their own fulfillment capability, whether it's their own app, but also operate with aggregators. So I think it's a dance that we have to do together, because ultimately you just want to find the customer and then utilize their preferred platform. Now, the benefit of having your own access, your own point of sale, is that you can build loyalty. And that is where I think it's extremely valuable. You become top of mind, you become extremely considerate, and you're gonna break the barriers of having to continuously remind and battle with other restaurants on price. You start battling on brand, which is more beneficial for you in the long term. That's why these solutions are created, to offer the option. But I think it's a mix of both, at least for the time being, until the new future of restaurant ordering manifests, right? We don't know what the future would look like.
Wonderful. I think we ran out of time. We use all the 17 minutes for questions. Thank you so much, Tala, Julia. Thank you so much for arranging for us today. And I will share the recording with everyone. So please feel free to share within your organization, create more awareness. We are pro technology. We are pro the future. We like, the wellness of this country and of your organization. So please spread the voice. This is a fantastic opportunity. It's a great technology. Thank you, Tala, and thank you, Facebook. Thank you, Julia. And see you guys in the market. We are available. Don't forget that if you want to schedule a call with us and you need more information, I am available and my team is available to help you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
And thank you, Rafael and Tala, to bring this webinar today. Bye. Have a good day today, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.